What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 7 of Run at the Clock. Same, same stuff we've been on the past couple weeks. It's recapping last week's NFL and college football play, previewing the next week's college football and NFL play. But we're gonna start off a little bit different today. So ESPN dropped this. Oh, wait, sorry. Before we get into any of that, I'm one of your host spot, Rod.
Oh man, we back. Episode 7. It's Rod, Tommy.
Another episode. Run out the clock. Episode 7. Another week where Tommy is stressed about football and we'll probably just not like it for the whole year. We'll probably have to come back next year. You know what I'm saying? But basketball's around the corner. So there's that. And we do have a
Yes,
special
sir.
guest.
What's going on, y'all, man? It's your boy Deontay. Y'all can follow my socials, follow my TikTok, IG 44_D. Y'all can check me out on the Answer World channel. We always go live every Tuesday around 7:30, 8 p.m. So y'all check that out. Talk all things wrestling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Spot, you got it ready?
Yeah.
Oh, look at
without
it's
further
Ant,
ado-
man.
Speaking of the man, bro.
Look who it is.
All right. So let me pull this up.
We got Deontay shouting out Deontay in the chat.
Yeah, we're-
Yes, sir.
All right.
What the hell? Okay.
right.
Chat, this is my first time seeing this list. I didn't look at it, so I
Yeah.
don't even know.
Wait. Hold on. So this is the bottom of the list?
Yes. So this is every Power 4 quarterback ranked in
Okay.
college football.
All right. I don't care about these guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So-
Unfortunately, fuck Kentucky anyway.
Gio Lopez. Probably the
Gio!
most notable name at this point so far. Ranked number 66, so he's the
stinks.
third to worst.
He stinks.
Stinks. He's dog. Yeah, he's
That's my
dog.
boy Gio, man.
DJ Lagway.
Oh,
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Boy, that's
DJ Richardson. Hey.
He's still better than him. Go Seahawks, by the way. Do. If not, thank you, Ant. Hey, Ant, me and Ant, we're thinking the same. Dante Moore is number 1.
Bruh,
Wait,
look.
Is this like as of this weekend's game? Right?
As of now, 4 weeks in.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, Ant, bro. I still don't think Dante is the best quarterback in college football. Not yet.
As of
I
now.
will say I
I
gotta
don't
give
think so either.
because he did show me something at Penn State because I didn't really have high expectations for him because I ain't really seen him play for real. So and Penn State has a good defense. So
I think he should be top 3, but
yeah.
number 1.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But 46.9 QBR, 690 passing yards,
Ew.
8 rushing yards, and
stinks.
5 touchdowns.
What a guy.
Why they not showing his interception? DJ Richardson. Here
What
we
a
go.
guy.
Dang, and they gotta face Texas tomorrow too.
Yo, I want to see where Diego
Oh,
Pablo
Nico's over.
Hey, shout out,
right
shout
now.
out Robbie Ashford because if he wouldn't have got out in the third quarter last week, I think they would have had to upset Georgia Tech.
Nico Iamaleava. Cans.
Yeah.
Straight cans.
My
Straight
boy should
cans.
just
I'm
stay
glad he's
with
getting
that.
what he deserves.
So much hype.
Yeah. This bitch ass
Nico.
was hyped up.
Nico's had a pretty bad year so far.
UCLA has a bad roster.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, they do.
Drew Aller.
Drew Aller!
The most notable name so
You
far.
should be lower, but I'm gonna get to you later, you
The
garbage.
mid man.
I'm gonna get
Yeah,
I'm gonna
he's
get
good.
to that fucking piece of trash later. I got some things to say about him. Should be
Most notable
lower.
name so far. No, most notable
Should be
name so far.
lower. But you know what?
Hey, T.
You know
Murray is
what?
gonna be some more. There's gonna be more coming up though.
Cade Klubnik.
Cade
Ooh.
Klubnik. Cade Klubnik. Okay.
Hey, it's funny because people said that him and Garrett Nussmeier were the top 2 quarterbacks this year.
Well, I've been saying Garrett was fucking shit, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
there was
Garrett
one saying Garrett was top
Nussberger.
3. That's crazy.
Seeing
Scary.
Cade like this is crazy though. Because
Yeah, he was supposed to. To me, I thought he was going to be the best quarterback this year. The way he played to end the year off last year, I thought he was going to. I thought that momentum was going to carry over. But it is what it is. Oh man.
Damn, 3 injured UCF QBs
Wow.
over these guys.
Oh
That's
wow.
crazy.
See, bro, the disrespect.
Noah.
Oh, Noah.
Wow.
He's still
Wow,
in the-
Noah's all the way down
college?
there.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not know.
I
he
feel
was
like
still-
that's. I feel like that's kind of low, but we'll
Wow.
see. We'll see. I feel like it's kind of low.
He was on
Noah
somebody's
Fifita.
practice
What's
squad.
Arizona's record right now, by the way? Let me
Not
see.
good. Not good.
Well, he don't got nobody around him though.
I say he doesn't have McMillan anymore.
Yeah, he don't have Tet no more.
I heard, bro. I heard
Oh, they're
Boston
3-1.
College QBs is the Boston College QB is like nice. I know he had a bad game last week.
Their only
forgot
loss
who
is
they
to
played.
where are they at? Iowa State, which I guess is not a bad loss. So we'll see. Nobody. Avery
Malik
Johnson.
Washington.
Malik Washington?
Mhm.
Oh shit. Malik Washington.
The downfall.
All the
of
way
Avery
down there.
Johnson.
Avery Johnson.
Avery
I
was supposed to
expected
have a better
more from
year.
Avery Johnson this year. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely expected more from him.
Cal's
Connor?
QB
You know-
is nice.
Malik Washington had a pretty strong start to the year, but I don't know what happened.
Connor
Hunter,
Wagner.
he
Is
transferred
that the
from,
dude
he was
from,
from A&M, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I think they're undefeated too.
I was
think
gonna say,
they're
I've been
cool.
seeing stuff that they like him over there. We'll see.
I thought they were playing tonight. No, that's
Blake Shapen.
Well, I don't know how the
Done more for
fuck
them than I thought
Mississippi
so
State
far.
is. What are they?
Hey.
4-1 or some crazy
Yeah.
shit?
hmm
I don't.
Blake disappointed me last week, bro. I think they should have beat Tennessee.
Oh, Jackson Arnold.
This mid, I think he should be lower.
He's
so
he's
mid.
alright. He alright.
He can only run.
Hey. number
Oh
41.
man.
Hmm.
This is a generous ranking. I just want to say this is generous. Real generous. Oh boy.
So yeah.
What do you-
this First, no, sorry, I was looking at the touchdowns. Like the first one.
The
Oh,
overhyped
boy.
one, no.
Arch is
I don't
I'm
like
not gonna lie,
that.
hey.
kid.
How was Tommy? You know, how's Colorado doing?
I don't like that. Kid.
Aiden-
I think he's
wait,
pretty.
wait, wait.
I think he's
He's
pretty
Hayden
good.
Salter.
Salter is above Arch Manning.
684,
I said it was generous, but whoa.
Yeah, Cade's
I don't
pretty
think-
bad.
Colorado doesn't have a
Ooh.
one.
They need to give the 5-star shot. Give the 5-star shot. You didn't
As
recruit
well-
for no reason.
Dion's time management is so
Bryce
bad.
Underwood.
Bryce
Isn't
Underwood.
that high?
Now that's generous. That's very true.
That is generous. Because he has not been good this year. Whatsoever.
He's only
Yeah,
a
no.
freshman. I think you give some time.
No.
Yeah, he's gonna be alright.
Hey,
Oh,
Garrett is
Mr.
so
Mid.
shit.
Garrett Nussberger.
He's
Look at
so
this
mid.
guy. He's way too high as well. Way
He's
too
so
high.
mid.
Miller
Miller
Moss,
Moss.
Whatever.
Kevin Jennings.
Evan Jennings,
Okay.
I thought he was going to be better this year
Same.
too.
Devin
Yeah,
Dampier.
I thought he'd be a little
I
bit
feel like
mid.
Utah's.
I
kinda
thought he
a
would be better.
surprise. Yeah.
He's mid, but they haven't played anybody. though.
He's all right.
Hey, Michigan State's been hooping. I ain't lying.
Hey,
Done what they've needed him to do.
Hey, CJ Bailey, 2027 draft. I think he's probably going to be the first quarterback to come out. He's nice. I'm not gonna lie, he is nice. It's just
Sam
it's
Levitt.
not a good
Sam Levitt,
NC State team.
They probably put him higher if he didn't take that loss to Mississippi State.
probably.
Haynes King.
Haynes King.
He's king.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm not.
Oh, that's
He's a
that's
gamer.
Probably.
He's a gamer. I like him.
Let's
Orton.
see.
11 touchdowns, 1,065 yards. Lenoris Sellers.
What?
Crazy.
What?
Yeah.
What's he doing
Yeah,
that
this is-
high?
This is bad. This list sucks.
Wait.
This list is garbage.
I think he should be lower. Sellers
Hell
should be
yeah.
lower. He hasn't showed me nothing. And he didn't play one game. One. On top of that, you haven't did anything in the game. Besides what? Who did play the first game? Virginia Tech? Ever since that game, he's been nowhere.
Even
to be
then, he
seen.
was slow.
Why is he that high? No, absolutely not. Come on, keep going.
Marcel Reed. Okay.
All right.
He's
Yeah, I
mid.
have no idea. I have no idea why Lenore's.
Raiola.
Oh.
Baby Mahomes is mid.
He's been
Actually, Baby Mahomes-
he's been good this year. He's been good
Yeah,
this
he's
year.
been coming
not
into
bad.
his own. He's been.
Okay, hold on. So 25. I want to see who's above him. I want to see let's see how many. Let's see who else is above him. And I want to see if that's a right. ranking.
Rocco.
Been fine.
Has
I'd say
Rocco-
I mean, he's winning Iowa State games, but I don't think he's
I don't know if he's better than Dylan Raiola.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
no.
right
I
now.
don't think so.
mm,
Nah. Josh Hoover. I don't watch many TCU games, so I can't even.
I'll be honest, I have not.
I don't watch many TCU games, if any. I don't think I've seen one. Oh, okay, Darian Mensah.
Hey,
You know
Buddy
what?
Duke is nice.
You know what?
He's a baller. He's a baller.
Okay.
He's
Bro,
a baller.
He's a baller.
And TJ Bailey, I think, are going to be the first two quarterbacks taken out the draft. in 2027.
Okay. You know what? Yeah. He might be a little too. He might be a little too low. He might
Yeah,
be.
because he's better. He might be better.
He might be a little too low. We'll see.
I think he's better than the Baylor quarterback, but the Baylor quarterback is nice though.
Sawyer.
All right. Let's see who's gonna make the top 20.
All right. Let's talk.
Okay.
Stockton?
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at
Okay.
that.
Okay. I'm pretty sure this past week's game has dropped him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't watched much Missouri.
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting there.
He's nice. He's more of a runner for real, but he would have been doing a better job with Penn State than Drew Mid. But that's just me.
Carson Beck.
He's having a pretty good year.
Mhm.
He's having a pretty good year. So okay.
Joey Aguilar.
Joey.
Shout out to Joey.
Okay.
Nice. He throws way too.
He just
many
throws.
picks.
He does throw a lot of picks. He does. You know what? I don't know. I would slot him back a little bit.
Yeah.
I would slot
Carson,
him back a little bit.
Carson, I could probably have higher. It's crazy though. You leave Georgia, and now you're the happiest person alive, bro. I don't understand that.
Tommy Castellanos.
Oh wow. Well, okay, hold on. Over the last couple of weeks, he has, it's kind of come down a little bit. Yeah, over the last 2 weeks, I would say, but I guess this is a fair ranking for him because he has come down to earth a little bit.
I think he goes up. You got to show up at home tomorrow, man. You playing the number one.
Yeah.
You playing the number 3 team in the country, bro. You have
Luke
to show up.
Altmaier.
I'm still not impressed
Still not
with
sold,
Illinois
yeah.
for
Illinois is cool.
Taylor Green.
Taylor Green.
Taylor Green is nice. He came back down to life last week against Notre Dame, but I don't think there's a good team around Taylor Green. Honestly, for me, you transfer. But
Let's see.
The
Chandler
man who
Morris.
led them to a win over Florida State. last
Okay.
He did do that.
Okay. You know what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say over here in Virginia, they are hyping this guy up a lot. So
with 2 touchdowns and 3 picks, that is crazy.
All
I
right.
don't think he's good for real.
I'm a tier.
Oh man, he
Sure he'd be higher, but he got
He
he
probably
should be
would've been
higher, but you know what? This guy was looking like the best quarterback
Yeah.
for the first couple of weeks of the season. So,
facts.
oh man, it sucks that he got hurt.
Julian Sand.
Julian saying he's been okay. Has
I
he
feel
been
like
11 good? Because I feel like he has been good. I don't want to say he's been bad, but he's not it's not impressive. He's doing a lot of just being safe. Nothing wrong with being safe.
Yeah, I think
But-
he's definitely being a game manager right now.
Yeah. Game
79
winner.
completion.
I don't
John
think he-
Mateer, I'm sorry, John
That's crazy.
Mateer. Some of the other guys behind him are still over him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he's
He might be close. Yeah, he might be close to the 20
Hey,
mark.
shout out to Jalen Daniels.
Jalen Daniels. Okay.
He's hard.
Yeah. All right.
He's hard.
Yep. That's a
I
good one.
watched that
Top
Cincinnati game last week.
Let's see.
That shit was-
Balling.
Number 9. Oh, he's been good. This guy's been really good. Demon Williams.
I think you drop him down after that Ohio State game because they did not.
It looks
do
like they
shit.
probably had him higher, and then he had that game
Yeah.
last week.
He'd been really good to start the year. I mean, he wasn't bad against
I'm not
So,
sold on
he didn't-
Washington. Though.
He didn't. So he didn't. He didn't. Obviously, he didn't pass for a touchdown. But he didn't turn the ball over. He didn't play particularly bad, but he didn't play great. He's played okay against a really elite level Ohio State defense. So, I think he's played the best so far of any quarterback that has gone against that defense. I'm pretty sure. Ty Simpson.
So Diego Pavia is hot. Diego
Yes.
Pavia has to be top.
He's got to be
five.
in the.
Very
He's
high
going to be
on
in the top 5.
I think Ty Simpson should
I
be
believe
top
it's just
5,
based
bro.
off their just how they've played in these first 5 weeks.
Yeah, I honestly think Ty Simpson.
Okay, this is.
top 5, but
I want to see who's above him.
Yeah, we'll get to the meeting. The meeting.
DJ Carr.
Richmond.
2 losses in a row games.
I actually disagree with this one quite harshly.
This might be the first one. I'm like, yeah, absolutely not.
Ooh, I know. Is Trinidad Chandler's going to be in the top 4? Wait a damn minute.
That is crazy.
Brendan Soares.
Okay,
Oh.
he's been nice. He's been nice. CJ Carr, I think he is top 10. I'm not gonna lie.
He's probably 10. He's probably 10.
He showed me that he belongs though. I gotta give it to
He's
him.
been good.
Dante
Wow. No, well, I'm already mad because they put Diego over Dante. I'm not gonna lie. I disagree.
Well, look, for Dante, I think
Hey,
his
I
best
think we
game.
know who's going to be number 1.
His best game
I think we
was
know.
against Ohio State. He struggled against Northwestern, and he struggled the other games that he's played. So I'm not mad at this.
I think I know who's going to be number 1. And I don't even have to look at it. I think I already know. I think I already know who's going to be number 1.
We'll get there.
I think I already know.
Yeah.
I'm already knowing where this is going.
I think
I'm knowing where this is going. I'm already knowing. Number 1 is the guy exactly who it should be. So,
Trinidad at 3. Pavia has
Trinidad.
to be 2 then. Yep.
I knew
Wow.
it. Jaden Mayava, I knew it. He's the best quarterback in the
I'm
country.
not mad
I
at
knew
that.
it.
That's not a bad.
I knew
That's
it.
not bad. That's
I
not
knew
bad.
it. I knew it.
Hey man, I'm saying
I knew it.
tomorrow.
He's the best quarterback in the country. I knew it.
I'm not mad at Diego being 2. Diego Pavia is a gamer. I'm excited for that game against Bama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he better win tomorrow. That's all I'm saying.
I will say I love this top 3. I love this top 3. I think these 3 I think these 3. I think this top 5 is actually pretty good.
I think throughout the year is gonna be interchangeable right here. These 5.
I think this top 5 is really good.
Hey,
I think me personally, I think the top 5 is a correct ranking. If I'm being honest, I think it is a correct ranking.
Shout out Trinidad Chambliss, man. The nigga came from
He balled out.
A D2 college. Crazy because I go to Valdosta State University, so we had to play his school in the championship game last year. And he went crazy on us. We got blew out in the championship game too. Now to see him in a big time Division I school being a starter, and you're carrying the number 4 team in the country to an undefeated record right now.
Hey, he was putting the beats on LSU. He was putting the beats on.
He was doing that, wasn't he?
Hey, Brian Kelly, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, there's gonna be some nasty conversations to come up, sir.
He was putting the beats on him.
They've already kind of started before Brian. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh man, but should we get into this little recap from last week real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh man, so where should we start with the?
Let's start with the upset.
Really good slate last week, man.
Let's start with that upset, man.
Talking about the Florida State upset.
Yeah, let's start with that.
What was it? Double overtime?
Double overtime.
Yeah, double overtime. Virginia beats
One of the greatest storm in the fields I've ever seen, man.
Yeah, it was instant. Like they didn't even hesitate. Like dude almost got trampled. Well, he probably did get trampled for real.
Nah, you should have seen.
It is an upset. It's an 8-ring team. Yeah, they're an 8-ring team.
Yeah, just
Buddy after the game in front of Tommy Castellanos just flicking him off with his phone. I'm like, bro, this is fucking savage.
I mean, you lost, bro. I mean, shit.
And by
And
that,
now,
you gotta think, bro. Florida State, Florida State was putting the beats on the opponents prior to
Yeah.
that game. If you look at like Florida State, how they started off their year, just to kind of they beat the brakes off Alabama. That shit wasn't even close. They beat the brakes off East is that East Texas A&M, whatever. They beat the brakes off Kent State. So you have 3 weeks, and then obviously they lose to Virginia. But it is an upset. They were beating the brakes off these teams, and they did beat the brakes off of Alabama team that just beat a Georgia team. So I mean that right there. I mean, look, this is gonna be a big matchup this week. Florida State and Miami. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit, but that should be a great matchup. See if Florida
what the
State can.
But I don't really, in my opinion, both quarterbacks did not play good last week. I mean, that's when we're looking at the list and I seen Chandler Morris so freaking high. Like I didn't believe that because, in my opinion, he really hasn't shown me that. I mean, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, over 1,300 yards passing. I mean, that's okay. I mean, you're like a 5-6 year senior, so you're expected to do that. But with their schedule coming up, you got to play 4-0 Louisville tomorrow. And then who else they play? I think they still got to play. Do they play Georgia Tech? No. So after this, they have Louisville, Washington State, North Carolina, California, Wake Forest, Duke, and Virginia Tech. That's not a for the rest of your schedule. That's not too bad. I think they're gonna have a problem with Louisville, probably Cal, and then Duke. But the rest of their schedule is probably a breeze. So, honesty, Virginia is like a 9-win team at the most.
Yeah, Virginia's gonna win a good amount of games, but at the same time, it's also you gotta it is Virginia, you know. We'll see if they really win 9 games. We'll
Fortunately,
see.
they're
I'll say
not
this
known
with
for
Ed, and then
football.
especially with that Bama game, and especially with this Virginia game, college atmosphere means everything, bro. So
Yeah, I think if if Florida State beats Miami, they win out really.
If they
And
beat Miami, I mean,
the ACC
oh
title race is
man,
gonna look real interesting.
yeah. If they're to
it's,
beat Miami,
it's going to be them and Tech in the SEC championship.
let me see. Does Florida State have? So they're gonna play. They their schedule doesn't look all that tough the rest of the way
It's
because
not.
they're gonna face a mid-pit team. Stanford's whatever. Wake Forest is whatever. Clemson is garbage. Virginia Tech, NC State, and then Florida. I mean, this is a pretty easy schedule if we're being honest. They should be in the ACC title game. They should be,
I actually
especially if they
want
beat
them to beat
Miami.
Miami
Their case is
tomorrow.
gonna be their case is gonna be really strong. Their
That's
case.
actually, I want Florida State to beat Miami tomorrow. I actually do.
I do too.
Think about it. If they were to beat Miami, this season they would have been an 8 ranked Alabama and a 3 ranked Miami team. So
I mean, they have the resume. You got the resume.
yeah, you're gonna
Yeah,
be
you just got to finish the season. That's
Yeah.
it.
you're gonna be 2 top 10 ranked teams. So that should be good enough to, especially if you don't lose any other game the rest of the way. That should be good enough to actually put you in the college football playoffs and
They get a
potentially in the
bye,
ACC title game. So, Florida State, all they have to do is win out rest of the way.
Yep.
Just win out, and you're in the ACC title game, and you're in the playoffs. That's all you got to do. Just win out. The loss to Virginia isn't really the end of the world. They played one bad game this whole year, and it unfortunately came against Virginia. But it is what it is. If you come out tomorrow, you're at home. You're literally at home. So you come out tomorrow, and their home field advantage it does matter. That home field advantage was what propelled them to beat Alabama. So they're gonna get home field advantage again. And hey, if they beat Miami, they'll be right up in there again. and the conversation will change yet again. Because
Carson Beck, bro.
I'm convinced, but not really convinced on Miami. Not yet. I don't know. Something about them. I can't put my finger on it, but I'm not too sold on Miami just yet. Not too sold. Not yet.
I'm not either, really. They do have a good defense. Offense,
Yeah.
offense is still shaky.
Offense has a lot to be left to do.
Carson, it's really fuck you for what you said about my Georgia team, but you got a lot of adversity for tomorrow, man. Like, are you gonna step up? This is a big time game. You're going to Doak Camel Stadium in Tallahassee, so this is a big time game. So, are you going to step up, or are you going to play mid like you usually do?
That's real. I guess we about to see.
All right.
Um,
So that was the big one. We'll just run. We don't got to go through these, but we're just gonna run through them real quick. Before we get to the primetime games, A&M snuck out of Auburn, or snuck away from Auburn. Indiana snuck away from Iowa. Iowa State smacked Arizona. Tennessee in overtime beat Mississippi State. Georgia Tech in overtime barely beat Wake Forest. Vanderbilt won by about 20 on Utah State. Missouri smacked UMass. Illinois, still not convinced, but they did beat USC. Notre
should have
Dame
lost.
smacked
They
Arkansas.
should have lost.
And then BYU barely beat Colorado. But
That USC,
Primetime
that
games.
USC and Illinois game was good.
it was. But the first out of these three primetime games I want to talk about is well, this one wasn't primetime. It was like 2-3 o'clock. Ole Miss defeats LSU at home. What y'all think?
Trinidad Chambliss hitting the ball.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin had them boys. He had them boys ready. Was it at LSU? Right?
It was at Ole Miss.
And I was
At Ole Miss. Yeah, no, he had them boys ready to ball, and Garrett Nussberger shit the bed like he always does. Fucking definition of mid quarterback right there. Fucking garbage. That team, I don't believe in that team. I don't believe in the coaching staff. Like I don't believe in Brian Kelly. I don't believe in anything that LSU presents to me. Like you guys don't have Joe Burrow anymore. You guys don't have Justin Jefferson anymore. You guys don't have Jamar Chase anymore. Like the glory days are over for now. Hey, you got, pray to God. Garrett Nussmeier, he's leaving. LSU, you can rejoice. You're gonna get another quarterback for the next 2, 3, 4 years, whatever. Because now you get to get rid of this garbage can. I know LSU fans. I know people in Louisiana. They praising to the Lord right now that they getting rid of this garbage. Ain't nobody want to play with him. Come on. I'm seeing him in the pocket. He look like a scared bitch.
Facts.
And I don't know. The other thing is, I feel like he's having a hard time reading defenses. The more I look at his game film, he struggles reading defenses. And honestly, it's frustrating because a lot of people were saying, oh, if he wasn't the best quarterback, he's probably the second best quarterback coming into the year. I didn't believe he was either one of those two. Honestly, I didn't believe he was top 3, top 5, maybe top 10, maybe. But if I'm being biased, get the fuck out of here. I don't like the guy. It's fucking garbage. Like, he reminds me. Oh man, what's a good comparison? That I could like just. Because I don't want to say like he's like. He's like what CJ Stroud is right now.
Wow.
Straight like I don't know, just straight cans. Look, and he has a good team around him. I'll say that he does have a good team, especially a really good defense, which somehow got shredded by Trinidad Chambliss last week. But then again, on any given week, a quarterback can come in there. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. You could have one of the best defenses, and a quarterback will just come in there and just shred your team any given week, right? But Trinidad Chambliss, shout out to him. I think this I'm very interested to see what this Ole Miss team is going to do the rest of the season. Just because if I were to look at their schedule, obviously they're in the SEC, so schedules in the SEC don't get easier as the season goes on. They if anything they get a lot harder. But they're about to go on a gauntlet in a bit. They're about to face in back-to-back weeks. They're gonna get number 5 ranked Oklahoma, and they're gonna get number 12 ranked Georgia over these next 2 out of the next 3 weeks. That's who they're gonna face. They're gonna get an easy Washington State team next week. And then actually maybe their schedule isn't as bad as I had.
LSU's schedule is a gauntlet.
Yeah, LSU has but yeah, I mean, look, if Ole Miss keeps playing well, if they keep blocking for Trinidad Chambliss pretty well on that O line, if that defense keeps playing the way it played, because only allowing 19 points to LSU, that's pretty good. I'll say Ole Miss's defense definitely showed up to play, and their offense struck when it needed to. And I think just the composure of Trinidad Chambliss making the right plays when they needed to make them. I thought this was just a really good showing from him and Lane Kiffin and just this whole squad. One guy that I do want to shout out in specific at Ole Miss is I forgot what his name was. Oh man, Kewan Lacey.
Yeah.
Man, that running back was all over he was all over. He was all over, man. That guy had a great game. As great as Trinidad Chambliss was, obviously he did it through the air, he did it on the ground. Kewan Lacey had a phenomenal game, so I just want to shout him out for having an amazing game. So, anything you guys want to say?
I don't see LSU winning a lot of games this year. Especially, I don't think nobody's scared of their rush attack. Like,
No.
they have no type of rush attack. I'm looking at the stats now. Like, your number one running back, I think, Harlan Berry.
7 carries.
7
yards.
carries, 22 yards.
Nobody's scared of that shit.
Like, a total of 22 carries and 57 yards.
If you can't run the ball and you have a garbage quarterback in that backfield, by the way, 21 for 34 for 197. Top 3 quarterback, my ass. I'm not gonna lie, he should be demoted. I for sure hope. Obviously, he's gonna get picked in the draft. Unfortunately for any team that even just remotely even makes the decision to even draft him, I feel sorry for you. Whatever fan base decides to draft him, I feel sorry. Praise to the Lord that he never even sees the field, because you don't want to see that guy out there. He gonna be out there. He gonna be seeing ghosts. Who was that quarterback several years ago that said they were seeing ghosts out on the field? That's gonna be him. Was that Sam Darnold? Oh, I'm tripping.
Maybe.
It might have been.
Yeah, he gonna be out there seeing ghosts. I don't want to see him. No team wants to see him. Fucking garbage.
All right.
Tommy? Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, team
Tommy
Murray, I
Sleep?
don't even see them winning 10 games.
Tommy Sleep, man.
LSU's an 8-9 win team.
Will they win 8 games? With their gauntlet? Will they win? Hey, I'll tell you right now, man. I can see them losing to Vanderbilt. I can see them losing to A&M. I can see them losing to Bama. Hey, I can see them losing to
Oklahoma.
By the time Oklahoma, they're gonna have John Mateer back by that time. I can see them losing.
Ooh, and it's gonna be at Oklahoma too.
So if you really think about it, 5, 6.
Win.
So 7 wins.
Yes.
7 wins. That's it. Hey,
Brian Kelly. I'm sorry. I know we gotta have some nasty conversations, but bro, you're overhyped as a coach, man. Okay, yes, you did what you did at Notre Dame, but you really didn't have to do anything with no type of conference. Now you come to the big time, the SEC. Like you're bringing in the recruits, but they're just not living it up. Yeah, sooner or later, I don't know if he's on a hot seat now, but
He
next
should
year,
be.
if you're having the same type of season,
Mm.
you're definitely hot seat.
He should be on the Billy Napier train
Ooh,
on that hot seat.
ooh,
He should be on that.
See, now that's a stretch. That's a stretch.
I mean, look, if you really think about it, since he got to LSU, when did he get to LSU?
I think 2022.
22.
And they've 2022, and they haven't done much since.
I think they made one SEC championship, but they got blown out by
Playoff,
Georgia. Yeah, that was the second year. Went back
They
there.
they haven't.
The best accomplishment since then is what, Jaden Daniels Heisman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, next game. Alabama defeats Georgia at Georgia 24-21.
I didn't watch this game much
You
due to watching another game that won't get to. But,
Georgia. I mean, sorry, not Georgia. Bama. This was everything to prove here, and they got it done.
And they won in Athens.
Georgia fan.
And they won in Athens,
Georgia fan. Sorry,
which is
gotta say, man.
which is even crazier.
Sucks.
By the way, Gunnar Stockton did not come to play.
It sucks. I'm not gonna lie. It sucks being a Georgia fan. Having to watch that last week. I honestly really should have won the game. If we're gonna be honest, look, I love Kirby Smart. I do think he's still the best coach in college football right now. But I feel like sooner or later, like fans are, and I know fans are on his head now, but yes.
Currently,
yes. I still think he is. But that's my thing is I think fans are really going to get tired of him. Like, if you can't beat Bama, especially now when it's Kalen DeBoer as the head coach, and you've had chances back-to-back years, especially last year, you was already getting blown out. You came all the way back to take the lead, and then you give the lead right back up. This year, you're down 24-14 at halftime. Alabama does not score the whole second half. And then when you have a chance to take the lead, you have one freshman receiver dropping a wide open touchdown pass. And then you go back in the red zone. You got your OC Mike Bobo calling a halfback swing to the third string running back, who's really he's really a pass pro. Like, you're using him for receiving and pass blocking. That boy should not be the fourth down runner. He should not be a third down, fourth down runner. Why are you using him in that situation? It's ridiculous. Our corners are suspect, mid, D-line. We can't get no pressure on Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson had all day to throw, and he was just making it look easy. And like I said, our corners are trash. Jeremy Bernard looks like the best receiver on Bama. I think he's better than Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams is cool, but I think they overhyped him a little bit too much. There'll be times when he don't want to show up.
He's just a down the field guy. He's literally what Jameson Williams is in the NFL right now. What he is.
And it's crazy because, our offensive coordinator didn't call a bad game against Bama. It's just when you get into the nitty-gritty of the game and you can't, execute, you're not going to win. But I'm blaming it on Kirby because, again, against Bama, you can't start off the game like that. Like, you go 3 and out twice, they go back-to-back drives scoring a TD, and then you're literally having to come back to win the game. Like, you got to stop doing shit like that. Because probably 9 times out of 10, you get into a situation like that, you're not going to win. But also, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you feel like really like discouraged by this game? Like, do you think do you think this is what the Bama, I mean not Bama, what the Georgia defense is gonna be all year? Or do you think like, like they obviously Kirby Smart is a really great head coach. So do you think he can turn this around like defensively?
It's crazy because for how trash we played against Bama, like I think Bama won in time and possession, as well as like everything else. Like offense was way better. Their defense looked better, honestly. But for us to play as bad as we did and to only lose by 3, I still think we have a chance, really, to win out. I mean, we do got Ole Miss, but I'm really not worried about Texas, especially we're going to be at home against Texas. We're going to be at home against Ole Miss as well. I am scared for Trinidad Chambers because when it comes to us and dual threat quarterbacks, Georgia, they do have a hard time. And again, we're not getting no pressure on the quarterback. So, I mean, we'll see. But I do think we're still good enough to make the playoffs. I'm not really discouraged on Gunner too. It was one crazy game. I mean, our run game was real good against Bama. Like Bama is a terrible run defense. That's why I think Vanderbilt is going to be running circles on them tomorrow. So I can see an upset with Vanderbilt, but yeah, I'm really not too worried.
Man,
Georgia got some time to turn it around, so I think they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Georgia play tomorrow? Or are they off?
Yeah, we play Kentucky tomorrow. I'm not worried.
That should be like a get back on track game for you guys, if anything. So I mean that's not bad.
And
it's not like
Kentucky
it's
does like
not
to
like
give us scare but lose.
It's not like you guys got like blown out, because at least that's what it was looking like at first from what I remember correctly. Y'all was down like what 14-0?
Yeah. Yeah, we're down 14.
Like off the jump.
Again.
Off the jump, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Hey, I mean
we were down 24-14.
20 what?
24-14 by half.
Yeah. I mean, look, the game could have really gone a lot worse for you guys. The fact that y'all called back, obviously the defense didn't really help. Especially on the last drive, I did tend to watch a little bit of the last drive, and the defense just couldn't get stops. I think that was the biggest issue. Yeah, just couldn't get stops. So, but they'll figure it out. It's Georgia. I'm not too worried. It's a loss against Alabama, who a lot of people were already writing off, including myself. And Georgia just got caught on a bad week. It is what it is. So, they'll be back. They'll be in the play. They'll for sure be in the playoffs. So I'm not even tripping. If I were to really bet on Georgia making the playoffs, I think I'd be rich.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried. I don't think you should be worried. Georgia fans should not be worried. They'll be in the postseason. They'll be in the playoffs.
Next.
They'll be at worst top 7 seed.
Mm-hmm.
At worst, they'll be fine. They'll be fine as long as no scare happens within the next couple of weeks. Hoping unless there's no scare that happens, then you should be good.
Their schedule, I mean, they got a crazy schedule. I mean, again, you still got to play Texas. The good thing about it, you play Texas at home, you play Ole Miss at home, but you do got to go. You do got to play Georgia Tech in Atlanta. I think that's
that one. So the Georgia Tech game is a trap game. That's a trap game, especially with how good Georgia has been playing. Georgia Tech has been playing this year. So I'd be really, if I were you, I'd be nervous about the Ole Miss game, and I'd be extremely nervous. I'd actually be more nervous about the Georgia Tech game than the Ole Miss game.
If Georgia,
and the reason why I say Georgia Tech is Georgia Tech is playing really good this year, and you guys struggled with them last year.
Yeah,
And
we
this is
definitely
mostly the same roster.
We struggled to contain Haynes King last year. And I'm gonna say this though. I'm definitely really gonna be scared. If Georgia Tech comes into that game undefeated, then
Oh, that's scary.
yeah.
That's scary.
At home too. So that's ooh.
If they go into that game, and they very well could be. I don't think their schedule's all that
It's not
crazy. So they could very well be coming in with a lot of momentum, knowing that they took your team to 3 overtimes last year, with basically the same roster, just better this year. Yeah, I mean that's a game you really got to watch out. I think if y'all lose the Ole Miss game, y'all can't lose to Georgia Tech. Like that is a non-negotiable. That is. Well, I think either way you can't lose to Georgia Tech because losing the last game of the year, is usually pretty tough. Depending on how the rest of the teams above you kind of shape out.
Well, I mean, honestly,
So.
at least for the SEC title hopes, it's fine if they win those games and then then lose to Georgia Tech because they still got the SEC title.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not a conference game.
It really depends on how the rest of the SEC does.
Yeah.
The only way it could really hurt Georgia is if somehow, some way, I don't think this is going to happen, but if Georgia Tech enters into that game unranked.
Yeah.
And if they were to actually beat Georgia as an unranked team, that's where I'd get real nervous about Georgia's potential playoff chances. They'll be in the SEC championship game, but the playoff chances do get kind of slim there. Losing to an unranked team on your last game of the year could potentially hurt your chances, even though you're going to be in an SEC title game. So that would be the only way. Other than that, I think you guys are fine.
Right. Next,
So.
we got prime time game. This actually ended at the same exact time, a couple seconds off as the Georgia Bama game. We had overtime, or was it double overtime? I'm sorry. Oregon defeating Penn State 30-24. Axel, go ahead, man.
I hate the University of Penn State. I hate Drew Aller. I hate James Franklin. I hate our offensive coordinator. I hate our defensive coordinator. I hate everything about this team. Every damn year, it's the same damn thing. We can't seem to win big games. And I was willing to give them some slack. I was like, okay, we're going into a whiteout. We've been pretty good with whiteouts the last couple seasons. And especially against, pretty good teams with the exception of, well, actually last year I think it was Oregon in a whiteout last year. I'm pretty sure, but Oregon wasn't nearly the team they are this year. But we've been pretty good. I was like, okay, Drew Aller, this is your game. It's your time to shine. But the brightest lights were not on him. The brightest lights were on James Franklin, who, let me look this stat up. Hold on. I want to get this right. James Franklin is the definition of bottom of the barrel garbage. He is 4-26 as a head coach against top 10 overall teams. I'm sick and tired of James Franklin. If Tommy is sick and tired of Billy Napier, then I don't know what that makes me. I don't know. Because this is getting ridiculous at this point. All we could do is run the ball. We couldn't do shit! You know, I talked about my quarterback from the Patriots, Drake May, that couldn't pass 5 yards down the fucking field. And it might even be worse for Drew Aller.
Not that
Drew
boy.
Aller might hate playing football. Drew Aller does not know how to play football. His dumbass sits out there on the field, iced out, thinking he's actually going to do something. And then his stupid coach doesn't know how to run an offense. Run after run. Why can't we pass? And then our defense. Oh my God. Our defense. This is supposed to be one of the best defenses in the country. And what did they show me? Nothing. They let Dante Moore just come in there and dice us up. Like nothing.
It's crazy.
When is this going to end? When is Penn State going to fire James Franklin? James Franklin should never coach in a day in his life ever again. And Drew Aller. You know what, Spot? This wasn't even the worst thing. Pull that shit up. Look at this! This is what my quarterback does! Instead of wanting to win games, he's freaked out! He doesn't want to win games! Look at these fucking messages, bro. This is pissing me off! Because this is what he wants to do! Drew Aller. It ain't look like you ain't getting no good top the night before the game because you play like garbage.
Oh God. You know this man James Franklin, not even including the games this past week. You know this man at Penn State is 16-28 against top 25 teams. You basically had a 36% win percentage against top 25 teams. That is sad to see, man. And it's crazy that, bro, this is the best. I think this is the best roster I've seen in Penn State in a hot minute. So I'm thinking, look, you go through Oregon. I knew that was going to be a tough test, but I have faith. But you just got to get to that Ohio State game. But you still have to go against Indiana. You still got Indiana and Ohio State.
I'm not gonna lie. I hope we fucking lose every game. I don't want to see this fucking team do good for the life of me. They're taking my sanity away. Oh my God. Hold on. Nick Singleton and Katron Allen. They're being sold. They're selling their souls out there. For what? For Drew Aller? For 14 for 25? For 137 yards? Are you even going to be good in the NFL? You're not. Bro, and you know what's so crazy is a majority of these damn yards came in the fourth quarter when he just decided to be good out of nowhere. Oh, hey, James Franklin decided to come out of nowhere. Hey, Drew, let's pass the ball. That's what pisses me off about this game the most. I just want to say, look, I'm going to add this up really quick. Hold on. 12, 11. Okay, that's 23. Bro, my team ran the ball 35 times. 35. They passed it 25 times. 25. Why are we not passing the ball more? We were literally 39 in the third quarter. Running the damn ball! Who does that? Oh, of course my team does. Tommy's team doesn't. Deontay's team doesn't. Spot's team doesn't. Hell, Garrett Nussberger's team doesn't do it. But my team has to. I hate Drew Allen more than Garrett Nussberger. I despise him. And you know who I hate more? That piece of garbage, James Franklin. I can't stand you. You need to go. One of these days, James Franklin, you're going to give me a heart attack. And I'm going to leave this world peacefully because I don't have to watch you coach another damn team again. Penn State, I'm going to need y'all to do what's the best interest of this team for the rest of the year. I'm going to need y'all to lose to Indiana. I'm going to need y'all to lose to Ohio State. I'm going to need y'all to lose to whoever damn shows up on your schedule. Because you ain't making the Big Ten championship. You ain't making the playoffs. And you sure as hell ain't making the national championship. You don't belong there. I'm starting to think, Penn State, you need to go independent because you don't even belong in the Big Ten. You suck. I'm tired of this team. I'm tired. If I could sell my allegiance right now, I'd do it for a nickel. Because this team is fucking buns. Tommy, I don't know if you're here, but if you think your team is bad.
Nah, the Gators are bad. The Gators are bad.
You know, I wish I could say his team was worse than mine, but I can't because his team has no expectations and my team does, and they shove it down their throats every year. Every year, they find a way to just look bad. Every year, the analysts will pick them. Every year, I pick them. And what do? They let me down. They let Penn State down. You know what? At this point, cancel the whiteout. I don't want it. We don't want it. Cancel it. If that's not going to help us, nothing will. Not even the grace of God. Drew Aller, I hope you don't make it to the fucking NFL. And James Franklin, go retire. Please, do us a favor. Do college football a favor. Do the NFL a favor. Do the little leagues a favor and just retire, bro. Please. Please. You need to go. How many more years of suffering do I have to go through? Last year, we almost had it until James Franklin took it away from us. Oh, and you know what? While we're at it, Drew Aller, what the fuck were you thinking? A pick? A pick? You threw a pick! You read the stupid wrong receiver! You read the wrong receiver! Are you not smart? And, oh my God. And you know, shout out to James Franklin for wanting to run a play. Look at this. Look at this. Triple coverage. Triple coverage.
Aller, sideline. Oh, it's picked.
Triple coverage. Triple coverage. Look, hold on. 1, 2, 3. What was that? Where are your eyeballs? Do you need LASIK eye surgery? Do you need to be like Anthony Davis and wear goggles for the rest of your career? Do you need this? Do you need this? Do you need this? Do you need glasses? Because you can't see. James Franklin trusted you. And what do? You throw in a triple coverage? We should have just ran the ball like we've been doing all game. You know, the coach doesn't trust the quarterback, and the quarterback doesn't trust the coach.
Drew Aller is
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is a mixtape of bad throws. How do you have a mixtape of this many bad throws? And you're supposed to be one of the... What? What was that? What was that? Rewind that.
Oh man!
Did this guy just throw out of bounds? What is this? Drew Aller, just do me a favor. You know what? James Franklin, put in our backup, bro. Season's over. Season's over. Season's over. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done putting faith in this team. I'm not doing it. I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more.
Man. I don't even think anything else has to be said about this one. Man.
Nope.
Just disappointment. Just disappointment, man.
All right. Just so we can stay on time and get through to the NFL talk, we'll just run through these rapid week 6 college predictions all throughout the game. Y'all say who y'all think's gonna win. All right. Georgia, Kentucky.
Georgia.
Easily.
This one's an interesting one. Iowa State at Cincinnati. I still got Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Iowa State. I think it's gonna be a close game.
Let's see. Penn State at LSU. Penn State. LSU's look. I mean, I'm sorry, not LSU. UCLA. UCLA's look very bad.
At UCLA?
Yeah.
Fuck Penn State. Sign up.
Should be a blowout.
You know what? I just hope Nico Iamaleava just fucking torches us.
That'd be crazy.
If that's the game he does, that'd be crazy. Penn State's 24.5 favorites, by the way. All right.
Yeah.
Next. Texas at Florida.
blowout.
Oh, man.
I got Texas. I got Texas more so just for the defense, honestly. That
Oh,
defense is gonna
man.
save us.
Y'all ready? This is gonna set quarterback play back a decade. It's just gonna be cans watching
Florida has a good
quarterbacks.
defense, so I think
Yeah, it's gonna
Texas
be Texas.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Texas is
Texas.
a 5.5 point favorite at the moment.
Is that at
Um,
Swamp?
At Florida. At Florida. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll save this next one for for later. That's a 2:30 game. Texas Tech at Houston, both 4-0. I still got Texas Tech, but I would not be surprised if Houston takes it here.
I'm gonna go Texas. Texas Tech.
I'm gonna go with Houston. I think Texas Tech starting quarterback is injured, so.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
A 3-1 Minnesota at number 1 Ohio State.
Give me Ohio State.
Ohio State easily.
Ooh, okay. This one's good. This is the 2 primetime games tomorrow night. Miami at Florida State.
Give me Florida State.
Yeah, give me Florida State.
I'm gonna go with Miami, continuing their undefeated season here. But I think this is a must-win for Florida State just to keep everything alive. All right, next is obviously they took their first loss last week, but they're still gonna be fighting. Mississippi State at number 6, 4-0 Texas A&M. You got Texas A&M just for the atmosphere, but it should be good.
Mississippi State at who?
At Texas A&M. I will say A&M's problem this year has been letting teams stay with them, like closer than they should be. So that's the only thing I'm like watching, but I still got A&M.
Yeah, I'm gonna take A&M.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take A&M.
If Mississippi State's quarterback locks in last week against Tennessee, they upset Tennessee. I think they would have came into this game with all the momentum in the world. I have A&M winning this game. I do think it's going to be close. Mississippi State is going to give them a close game. So I'm not sold on Marcel Reed.
Going in a 16.5 favorites. Let's see. I think that's going to be closer than that. And then this isn't the primetime game. This is at 2:30, but I think all eyes are on this game, especially after what happened last year, one of the biggest upsets of all time. Vanderbilt this year is traveling to Tuscaloosa to play Alabama. This is a number 16 versus number 10 matchup. Pavia has had a lot to say throughout the season, but so far he's backed it up. Who y'all taking?
I'm taking Vandy.
Taking Vandy to double back. Okay.
I don't know.
Alabama's currently 11.5 point favorites.
Oh, I think it's going to be closer than that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Now that you say that, I might have to put a parlay on that. I might have to
just
take
get some money.
I might just have to take Vandy on that spread. 11.5 is crazy.
Here's the thing. Georgia torched Bama's run defense last week. I know Bama is going to come to play, especially after the upset last year.
Yeah.
But I have faith. Like I said, Diego Pavia is a gamer. I see the upset. I think I'm going to go with Bama, but I think they're only going to win by probably like less than 7 points. I think I go 6 or less.
Man, this one's tough. I don't think Vanderbilt's had their bye yet, so they haven't had any rest. Obviously, last year no one expected Vandy to beat Bama. This year, maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe people had their. I mean, obviously, us on the channel here, we almost pretty much lost faith in Bama, but shit, last week was a big one for them. This has kind of been a thing for Bama. They like in past years they would win these big games and then they lose to maybe Auburn or Ole Miss, a game that they shouldn't lose. I think it's going to happen here again. I think Vandy's going to double back because just as much as Bama wants revenge from last year, the way Pavia's been talking, the way Vanderbilt's been talking, even though they won, it's still another revenge game for them. I got Vandy just sneaking out of Tuscaloosa. But that is tomorrow's college football slate. There's one Friday night Big 12 game going on. BYU is currently up on West Virginia, 14-3.
That should
That's
be
what's
easy.
going on.
Mhm.
But
BYU should win that.
NFL talk. Rod, were there any games you wanted to specifically go into from last week?
The one, okay, so the notable one I do want to really talk about is obviously Cowboys Packers.
Mhm.
So this is, we were talking off stream about this one. The Cowboys should have won this game, from every account. The Cowboys just played better. Dak Prescott and George Pickens had a phenomenal connection all game long. Dak Prescott was just basically finding just about anybody to kind of throw the ball to outside of George Pickens. But it was mostly the George Pickens and Dak Prescott show. Obviously, he had a couple of targets to Jalen Tolbert, which Tolbert came up huge. I think it was like in the fourth quarter. It was like a deep ball down the sideline.
Oh, that was an overtime. That was an overtime.
That was
The
overtime.
toe
Okay.
tiebreak?
Yeah, the toe tap. Okay. I knew it was late in the game. I didn't remember if it was but yeah, that was a spectacular pass. Jalen Tolbert keeping both feet in. Javonte Williams is becoming one of the surprises of the NFL season for running backs.
Yep.
I think a lot of people had forgotten about him, but he's been he's been an aberration for this Dallas Cowboys team that didn't know what their running back situation was going to be coming into this year. And I think they got themselves their guy. Javonte, I think, is only 25 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
He's exactly 25. And he's still, obviously he was in Denver, but something in Denver just didn't click for him.
Injuries,
for whatever reason.
messed him up big
Injuries,
time.
and now he's healthy. And Brian Schottenheimer's a guy who loves to run the ball, and he has really good run schemes. But you're mixing that with Dak Prescott, who's obviously I do believe he's one of the 10 best quarterbacks in the league. Every year for at least the last 4 to 5 years, barring that injury year. But even that injury year, when he was playing, he was a top 10 quarterback. You could argue that year he was top 5. But I think every year for at least the last 4 to 5 years, comfortably, Dak Prescott has been a top 10 QB. So when you pair a really good rush attack, which is something that Dak Prescott has had a majority of his career, I think you pair that with the passer that he is. He loves to sling the ball. This is a guy who loves to throw the ball down the field. He obviously always has had a really good receiver. CeeDee Lamb. I'm thinking back to the days before CeeDee Lamb. That would be Amari Cooper, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So and then now CeeDee Lamb isn't playing. We don't know how long he's gonna be out for, but George Pickens has now come to really pick up the slack now that CeeDee Lamb is out. And hey, look, I had said in the NFL season preview that I thought that George Pickens was going to be a detriment to this team. He's a guy who wants the ball, needs the ball all the time. And thus far, I think to start the season, he's been really good. He's helped this team more than he's hurt it. So I will definitely take take some flack on that, because I did say that he would definitely hurt this team, and he's been great for this team. The Packers, I'm concerned. I'm concerned for a numerous amount of reasons. Jordan Love concerns me because he's a turnover away from. He's always a turnover away from the games getting out of hand. He was fine in this game. Then again, that is against the Dallas Cowboys defense. That's really not that great to even speak about. But I have concerns about this defense. This is a defense that, just could not stop George Pickens and company. And no shade to Jalen Tolbert or Kevontae Turpin or any of these guys, but I don't think these guys are really all that great NFL receivers. I think these are guys that are just slotted in. And the fact that they were getting torched by those guys, especially Jalen Tolbert. You know, you get torched by George Pickens. It is what it is. He's a damn good receiver. I think a lot of people forget. But to get torched by Jalen Tolbert on 70 plus yards in the game, it's just unacceptable. This DB group, if that pass rush can't get home, that DB group is going to have a lot of trouble. I thought this was the best defense in the league prior to this week. I don't believe that no more. If this defense can't show up, I don't believe this team can even win the division. I find it hard to believe that this team is now going to be a top seed or even in Super Bowl contention, like how a lot of people were claiming over the first couple of weeks of the season. We'll talk about Rome Odunze in a bit, Lewis. We haven't talked about him yet. But I find it very hard to believe that this team is a Super Bowl contender.
They're not.
And I didn't even believe that. I just thought that they were like really good and they could be a top 2, top 3 seed potentially. But unfortunately now I just, and you know what's so crazy is I've always had the Lions over them. I think the Lions are the better team. I just think the Lions just offense is just so overpowered that their defense doesn't have to be that great. Their defense can just be middle of the pack. But Green Bay has some work to do. Their defense has to get home. Has to get home. That front four with Michael Parsons needs to get home because if they don't, that linebacking and DB's core just is not going to be able to hold up. And we saw it against George Pickens and company. So if I could only imagine if CeeDee Lamb played that game. I mean that would have been a nightmare having to guard CeeDee and George Pickens. That would have been an absolute nightmare.
My thing is their linebacker core is real good. I mean, Rashawn Gary, Edgerrin Cooper, Quay Walker, like those are some good linebackers to have on that defense. I do think their front seven is real good. I do. Michael Parsons is overrated. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to say that. It's he was way too hyped up in Dallas. People said he was the best edge rusher in the league. No, I don't know if he's really top 5, honestly. Yeah, their secondary is definitely suspect, especially with, like I said before we started the stream, Dak is probably a dark horse for MVP this year. If they can win games, who knows what happens? But Dak is showing me now like he's worth the money. People say he got overpaid, this and that and third. You're making $60 million a year. He's showing why he's a top 10 quarterback in the league.
This team is gonna play spoiler to a lot of teams
Mm-hmm.
in the year. I don't know if they'll make the postseason. I don't know if they will. But they're gonna be very damn close. This is a talented team, and as bad as their defense is, which they're one of the worst. You know what's so crazy? Is they're the 32nd ranked defense in the league, right? But they're the first ranked offense in the league.
Crazy.
They're the best offense currently, right now, through 4 weeks in the season? Yeah, 4 weeks in the season. They're the best. But that tells you all you need to know about this team is this team is gonna put up points. This team is gonna be in a lot of shootouts. So if you want to watch fun football, watch the Dallas Cowboys. They're gonna be a lot of fun to watch. Any team they're gonna go up against, I believe they're gonna be able to put points against any team. And even look, they might even be able to do it without CeeDee Lamb. Because they just showed us against the Green Bay Packers. So they might even be able to do it without him. Dak Prescott, I said that game 1, the first game of the season, which was against the Eagles, was his best game. But this was marvelous. This game was marvelous against, he had Michael Parsons breathing down his neck a couple of times in the fourth quarter and in overtime. And man, he fit that ball into tight windows, and he didn't let the moment get too big for him. So I mean, 31 for 40, 319, three tutties, 94.5 QBR. I gotta say, man, I gotta tip my cap to him. He's a baller, and it's unfortunate that the recognition won't be given to him because of the just the team that he plays for currently. Obviously the Dallas Cowboys aren't going to be this like super great team, and people have too many standards on Dak Prescott, which all warranted. He does play for quote unquote America's team, but at the same time, I think the guy does deserve his respect. He's been a respectable top 10 quarterback for the majority of this of the 2020s era, and yeah, he should get some respect. So and I'm here to give it to him. So I got to tip my cap to him. I guess another game we can talk about. Let me look back at the NFL slate from last week. Hold on. It's another game.
Chargers lost
Again.
to the Giants.
Oh yeah. So this one, I do have some stuff to say about the Chargers because I do believe they shouldn't have lost this game. But at the same time, now you've lost. Not only have you lost Rashawn Slater, but you did lose Joe Alt, which is just very frustrating. You lose your two best tackles in on your team. This offensive line is going to struggle now, mightily. This is an offense that we were looking at as one of the best in the league. I want to see what Harbaugh is going to be able to scheme up for this offensive line. They're going to have to make a lot of quick throws because they're not going to be able to pass block for long periods of time due to them not having Joe Alt or Rashawn Slater. This is a very depleted O line now. I wonder how the run game is. I wonder how that's going to even affect the run game. Omarion Hampton for the last two games has been phenomenal. He's rushed for over 100 yards in both games, in each of the last two games. I wonder how it's going to affect him. Obviously, this is going to affect Justin Herbert. How much does it really affect him? I guess we're going to see. So because it's going to affect Justin Herbert, I do believe this is going to affect his receivers, like Quentin Johnston and Keenan Allen, who have been his two best receivers. Especially Quentin Johnston. This man is turning into an elite level target for him. So I'm very interested to see what happens. As for the Giants, this is a good win. I don't think I take anything away from that game too much. Obviously, what's his name? Jackson Dart. I don't think he particularly played great. I don't think he played bad either. I just thought he played a good enough game to win them that game. He did some things. Obviously they simplified the offense to him. He was running kind of like the offense he ran back at what was it? Ole Miss, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah, they kind of simplified that offense for him. They
Wasn't throwing a
didn't
lot.
have no. He was running basically a majority of Ole Miss's schemes. And it worked in his favor. So I can't really say anything bad. I just want to see him run more NFL slash New York Giants type offense. Brian Daboll is a very smart coach. I wonder what schemes what they're gonna have schemed up for him this week. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that works out and see how he progresses through another week of the NFL. Obviously, this was his first week playing. He did good, and the Giants' defense showed up. Certain parts, I don't believe they really defended the run all that well, but they did. Hey, they got the win, so I can't say much bad about them. The other game I want to talk about, the Eagles and the Buccaneers. Okay. So the Eagles were running away with this game. It started off with a bunch of mistakes early, but the Buccaneers were able to crawl back. And Kevin Patula, offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, his contract should be terminated for the terrible play calling in this game. For the terrible play calling for a majority of the season. Kevin Patula continues to demonstrate that he can't design schemes for anything outside of the run. His pass schemes are horrible. He has AJ Brown and Devonta Smith, who are probably one of the best duos in the NFL, literally running cardio out there while Jalen Hurts just sits in a pocket and runs for his life. And this isn't like Saquon Barkley is playing like the Saquon Barkley of last year. He's not. He's obviously regressed. I don't know how much of it is really him. Obviously this offensive line is still really good, but the concerning part of this team is the passing. And for those of you who don't know, in the second half of this game, Jalen Hurts passed for a total of 0 yards in the second half. Me and Jalen Hurts had the same amount of yards in the second half. Russell Spot, you and Jalen Hurts had the same amount of pass yards in the second half. That's a victory for us, man.
MVP.
Just give it to us. Yeah, no, look, that he went 0 for 7, I believe, on pass attempts in the second half. If I remember correctly. He didn't have a single passing yard. It's just I don't really know how they won the game. I don't really know. They were up by a lot by halftime, but Baker Mayfield and this Bucks team, they're dogs. The one thing that scares me about the Eagles, and I think every team should be scared of, is that this team didn't pass for a single yard in the second half and they still won. What that tells me.
Tommy, you sleep, bro?
Is that Tommy?
Yeah, I think you fell asleep, dog. Tommy.
This dude fell asleep on his chair?
Tommy.
I was
No,
trying to
this
figure out
dude-
what was going on because he been MIA for a hot minute.
This dude fell asleep on his
I'm gonna
chair.
go ahead and mute him up. Alright.
Let me call Tommy. Hold on. Let me see. If I FaceTime him, what's he gonna do? Hold on. Let's check this out. Yo, Tommy fell asleep on stream.
Second time, that's crazy.
And he had to shut his camera off, obviously.
But he had a
He's not
green
picking
eye.
up.
Sleeper, man. Heavy sleeper.
Going back to what I was saying, I think this should really concern teams in the NFL that because the Philadelphia Eagles didn't pass for a single yard in the second half, means that they can basically win in any way possible. This team can just run the ball all game. They don't really have to pass. They can win with their defense. They can win with their special teams, which has been really good this year so far. I think that should be a real concern to the NFL. This team is super talented, and I think because they can win in many different ways, I think they are one of 2 teams that can win in just about every facet of the game, and the only 2 teams that I believe can do that. Actually, yeah, no, there's 2 because I would put the Lions, but the only 2 teams I do believe are the Bills and the Eagles. Obviously, the 2 best teams, unquestioned in the NFL. But I do believe that should scare teams that this is a team that doesn't really necessarily need to pass and they can still win the game. Deontay, do you have anything you want to say about the Eagles and Bucks game?
It's crazy. I was rooting for the division rivals because I like the Eagles. Yes, I do think they're the best team in football because, like you said, they just find any way to win. I don't like their offense. Their offense is boring to me, but they win, so it's like I can't really criticize. I can't really criticize you if you're winning games the way you are. Like I said, Jalen Hurts, he's cool. He doesn't really do anything spectacular, but he wins games.
Outside of running the ball?
Yeah.
There's probably only one quarterback that runs the ball better than him, and it's Lamar Jackson.
Saquon isn't really looking too good.
He's not having the season. He's regressed. He's having a regression this year. Not by a lot, obviously, like, look, he's still, Saquon Barkley, he's not. I don't want to say he's ass. He's not. Like, I'm not implying that. I just want to say that he has regressed this year.
Madden curse? Question mark. I'm not gonna.
I don't want to say that yet because that it either has to be an injury or he has to like completely fall off. Which I don't think either. Well, obviously one of them hasn't happened yet, which is the injury. Hoping that doesn't happen. But the other one is the complete regression, which I don't think that has happened. It's the start of the season. I'm still gonna wait. They don't need to do much though to win. So what he's doing now, I think, is very serviceable for what they're doing. So what it is. Let me go back to the games. This was a shocking one. The Jaguars beating the 49ers. This was shocking. Trevor Lawrence, by the graces of God, is finally found out how to play football again. The guy had a really good game. Hey, I gotta say this: the Jaguars defense might be one of the elite of the elites. It is that damn
they're
good.
Nice. They're nice. I think their corner. I think their corners are going to be a question mark. I think their corners are still a question mark.
That front seven.
Yes.
That front seven is. Oof. Oh man. That front seven is good. I'm not sure. Like, I don't want to compare them to Saxonville. I don't really want to compare them to that.
Mm-mm.
But I think their defense is. If Trevor Lawrence can just be good, just good. We don't need him to be great. We just need him to be good. If he can be just good, then that's all you need. Realistically, that's all you need.
Hey, shout out, Travis Etienne, because he's looking. He's looking real nice. He's looking real nice.
He looks great.
He's already near. I think he's already near 400 rushing yards for the season.
Yep.
Literally, he only had 558 last year, and yeah, I know. I think is it contract year? It might be contract year.
Might be.
Contract year's coming up. I mean, I knew when Liam Cohen became head coach, he's very running back friendly, especially what he did with Tampa Bay last year with Bucky Irving.
Yeah.
I know he was going to be good. It did suck to see Tank Bigsby go, but yeah, the running game is looking nice. I'm still not very sold on Trevor Lawrence. I still think he's overrated. I still think he got overpaid. But if the defense and the running game keeps playing like that, then watch out. I think they can win the division. I think they can.
Yep. I still probably have the Colts at this point. I don't believe Daniel Jones is gonna come down to earth. I think he's gonna. I think this is who he is.
He did a little bit against LA, but I mean, who knows? They do face off twice this year. I think they're probably gonna go 1-1.
LA is a good defense, a really good defense at that. But I think we'll talk about that game in a little bit. But yeah, it's gonna be between them two.
Mr. Brock Purdy, man. Mr. Brock Purdy.
Hey, he came back a little too early from that injury. He did come back a little too early.
I think Brock Purdy is the most overrated quarterback in football. And it showed why last night when the 49ers played them. You got overpaid way too much. And you're a system quarterback. Anybody can fit perfectly in Kyle Shanahan's offense. Just like anybody can be good in probably Sean McVay's offense. But when you're in Kyle Shanahan,
Mac Jones looking good.
It's so easy. Look, for example, Mac Jones. I mean, he was struggling. he was struggling in New England. He was struggling to stay healthy. Now he's in this Kyle Shanahan system. You know how easy it is? Literally, last night, over 300 yards. Freaking Kendrick Bourne was looking like an all-pro wide receiver last night. Like, it's freaking easy. Like, those 2 picks Brock Purdy threw against Jacksonville was just boneheaded, man. And at first, I had them winning the division. I don't know. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
So next game we'll talk about your team, the Falcons and the Commanders. How did you feel about this game?
It was really good. It was good to see the offense do the way they did because, again, we didn't score not 1 point against the Panthers the week before. So seeing them, shout out Zach Robinson finally getting on the sideline to call plays because I guess he thought he was one of the best play callers in the NFL and felt like he could just, sit in the press box and call plays, being a fucking dumbass. But seeing the offense, just going everywhere the way they did against the Commanders, even though, again, you're going against the Commanders, half their team is hurt. You're going against a backup quarterback in Marcus Mariota. So I thought the game was closer than what it should have been. I honestly thought it was a blowout, but our defense really kept them in the game. Michael Penix did good compared to what he did the week before. 2 touchdowns, that 1 pick, I wish he probably would want to take back. I know he seen Drake London wide open, thought he could throw over the defender, but not. Bijan Robinson, Bijan Robinson is the best running back in football right now. I mean, you can line him up anywhere on that offense, and he's going to torch you. And thank God, I still think Zach Robinson is a mid-play caller, but compared to what Arthur Smith was doing with him the first year, you can utilize Bijan anywhere, whether it's running back or outside at receiver. He was killing it on the outside, making big time third down catches. That one long run in the backfield, freaking, I don't understand. Why do you have a 34-35-year-old Bobby Wagner on Bijan Robinson? Like, be for
That's
real.
Crazy.
If it was like Seahawks Bobby Wagner, I would understand. This is 34-35-year-old Bobby Wagner on Bijan Robinson. You know you're going to get killed. Shout out Drake London. Shout out my boy Kyle Pitts. You know what I'm saying? You're looking like a top 5 tight end right now. I do think I still do think he's a bust, especially because he got overhyped. 2, everybody had expectations for him. It was injuries, and also he's never really had like competent quarterback play until last year, but it was kind of like wishy-washy. But now, he's
First year with Matt Ryan?
Well, I mean, the first year with Matt, but then you go to Marcus Mariota the next year, then Desmond Ridder, and then you go Kirk Cousins / Michael Penix. But, I mean, Michael Penix has said in the offseason that he was going to utilize Kyle Pitts to the best of his ability, and he wasn't lying. So,
does this encourage you to it's going to be very tough to see if this is going to be the team that we see for the rest of the year, just because this feels like an anomaly more than anything, because we haven't seen all of these guys together really go off like that, and it's not like the Commanders' defense is really that much of a test.
Yeah, their defense is terrible. The secondary is terrible. Marshawn Lattimore is mid now compared to what he was doing in New Orleans. Thank God. I mean, we have a bye week this week, and then that Monday we got to go to Buffalo and play the Bills, and the best quarterback in football right now in Josh Allen. So hot take. So we're going to be bringing people back from injury, after the bye week. Our number one quarter, AJ Terrell, is going to be back for the Bills game. I think Troy Anderson is going to be back. We have other people coming back from injury.
Is Darnell Mooney back or no?
I think he's fine. It's really, I guess they were just trying to be precautious. So I think he's probably going to end up playing against that Bills game. I do have something to say about him later, but I will say though, hot take. I do think this is the best time to beat the Bills. The Saints showed this past week that the Bills can be beat. You're playing them early in the season, especially New Orleans went down to Buffalo, and it was a close game. I honestly thought the Saints could have really won that game. You're going down to Buffalo to Monday night. You have a good quarterback in Michael Penix. You have the best running back in the NFL in Bijan. You have Darnell Mooney. You have Drake London. You have Kyle Pitts. You have weapons. The Bills are a terrible run defense. So you just pound the run game with Tyler Algier and Bijan. They're not good in zone. So that's easy for Kyle Pitts and Drake London. Honestly, I can see the Falcons winning this game on Monday night if they can. It really just all depends on the defense. We have the chance to beat them. The only way I see us losing is if Josh Allen just acts like Christ and just goes crazy, really, in my opinion. So, I mean, we'll see how it is. I don't have a problem with the defense. We're getting to the quarterback. It's crazy. I seen a stat the other day. We're in the top 5 in sacks right now with 11. In the past 3-4 years, we couldn't even do that shit.
Yeah, no, y'all were terrible.
Literally, we're
y'all were bottom of the league.
Bottom of the league in sacks, but now we're top 5. This shit means something to me seeing that. And all of our rookies going off. Shout out Billy Bowman, Xavier Watts. Shout out Xavier Watts. No one said Defensive Rookie of the Month this past month. Bijan, NFC Offensive Player of the Month. Like I said, going to Buffalo is going to be a big time game. I got to show me what y'all got, man. But
oh man,
it's all right, overall, I do think this team can make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
If Michael Penix keeps playing the way he is, if the team just keeps playing the way they are, and we stay healthy, I think we should be a playoff team. The only way we don't is if we just end up collapsing, which is typical Falcons football. But I'm thinking different right now. I'm trying to stay positive because again, after that Panthers game, not even scoring a point, and then seeing the Panthers lose 42-13 the next week, I'm trying to stay positive because all those Falcons fans were on my head that weekend. I'm just sitting there, I'm sad as fuck. Had to drink my pain away. It was too much to handle. But
hey man, luckily for you, man, my team's gonna soften them up for y'all. The Patriots, we're gonna go into Buffalo on Sunday night. We're gonna beat them. So, but speaking of my Patriots, man, we put that belt to ass right on the Panthers, man. Drake May balled out. Stephon Diggs, got to give you credit. You're not back. I just want to say that. Your knees are still rusty. Your knees, your knees got a lot left to be desired. You got the ACL tear. You 33, 32, 34, whatever. you got Cardi B problems. You deal with that. But when you step on that field, I'm not gonna get this from you every week. But the fact that I got it, just once this season, 100 yards, you look like old Stephon Diggs. I love that. Obviously, this isn't gonna be a reoccurring thing. But what I do love to see is Drake May just being great, doing what he has to do, running the ball when he has to. I think we got to figure out our Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson problem because trying to figure out which one of the two is actually going to get more snaps, more carries. I think by the end of the season, I think Travion will be the guy that'll get the more carries. But I'm very encouraged by my team right now. I don't know how encouraged I could be just because that was the Panthers, but I think that's going to be a wave of momentum that will probably ride into Sunday night, heading into the Bills. And like I said, I think we're going to win. I think we're going to go into Buffalo on Sunday night, and I think we're going to win. I don't think the odds makers really have it that way. I think I think the Bills are favored by probably like 6.5 or 7.5 or whatever. Fine by me. They're the best, if not the second best team in football. They have probably the best quarterback in football. And we got a lot to prove. We haven't proved anything. All we've proven is that we can beat bad teams. That's not a good thing. But I think Drake May is slowly starting to prove that he belongs. There's a guy who now is on the season. I think he's 8 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. He has the highest completion percentage in the league. He has one of the best QBRs in the league. He's doing a really good job protecting the football, and I'm excited because last year I saw glimpses of what could be. Right, obviously, I didn't want to jump the gun because I saw the same things in Mac Jones. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out to be what we had expected. But these are clear signs for me as a Patriots fan and somebody who's obviously been a fan for a very long time. Obviously, I got to watch the Brady era through its whole time, and just trying to be. I'm trying to be like most Patriots fans, where they're like, "Oh, we got to find our next Tom Brady." No, we got to just find our next quarterback, and if he's not Tom Brady, he doesn't have to be Tom Brady. I just hope that the quarterback, of the future, hoping that it is Drake May, is at least a good quarterback, because coming from Cam Newton to Mac Jones hasn't been the greatest transition, but now I think we've found our guy. At least I hope. I'll wait one more year before I truly say if we've really found our guy. But I think so far he's off to a really good start, and I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing. Mike Vrabel has been great, a great addition to this team as a coach. I thought Gerard Mayo was one of the biggest wastes of a single year coach, probably as big of a waste as Urban Meyer. I genuinely think Gerard Mayo was not fit to be a coach, especially a head coach for the New England Patriots. I understand he was a part of that team years ago. That's great and all, but you've never head coached a team, let alone a professional team. And I just didn't think he really fit the job. And you could tell. But this year, we ended up taking Mike Vrabel from Tennessee, which is a good thing. Obviously he was a Patriot before. He understands the Patriot way probably more than anybody, other than a couple other guys like the Tom Brady's of the world and stuff like that. But this is a guy who I think fits the what we're trying to build here. And you can tell this team's having fun right now. A bunch of young guys. I just think with our team, obviously the receiving core has to get better. We need a better receiving core. I'm waiting for Kyle Williams to break out a bit. I thought Kayshon Boutte was gonna break out this year, but he's kind of fallen back a bit. Pop Douglas hasn't been all that great this year. Our best receiver has probably been Hunter Henry, and that being a tight end our best receiver being a tight end is crazy. I'm actually very encouraged by Will Campbell. I think he's starting to really understand how it is to play in the NFL. And for those people who thought that he wasn't going to be good because he has T-Rex arms, they're short. Go fuck yourself. This is the guy. Hey, a guy who displays as much passion as he does. I'm gonna take that with me to the grave, and he shows a lot of passion, and I do believe he's gonna become one of the elite pass blockers in the league. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but who knows? Maybe in a couple of years, people will give him that recognition for being one of the best pass blockers in the league. I just hope this is, you know, the last time the Patriots scored 40 plus points in a game was with Tom Brady, which it's been a long time. So I think that's the encouraging part of it. I think anytime you can score 40 points against a team in the league, I think that's a win. It's very hard to score 40 in this league, especially 40 with a team that really doesn't have that many great receivers and an aging Stephon Diggs. I think that is a very encouraging thing. Obviously not encouraging because it is the Panthers, but at the same time, I am encouraged because they scored 40. Um, Now I wonder, can you go into Buffalo come Sunday night and win? If you win, if they beat Buffalo, I think that really puts our season in a perspective, at least for me, from this point. That I think we can actually have a legitimate shot of. I'm not gonna say winning the division because that's completely out of reach. But I do believe we can potentially be a 5 or 6 seed. I had them coming into the year as probably a 7 seed, but I think we can kind of, maybe be a fifth seed depending on how the rest of the rankings pans out. But I guess we'll see. I think they got to go into Buffalo and they got to beat Buffalo. If you don't beat Buffalo, whatever, it is what it is. The Patriots do have a really easy schedule this year, so they should be able to win a lot of games. Oh, the fact that we lost to the Steelers was also very disgusting. And then the last game we're going to talk about before we get into our predictions for Week 5 is the game that everybody has been talking about, which is the Ravens and the Chiefs. This was an ass kicking. This was just pure domination. And the Chiefs had everybody fooled. The Chiefs wanted everyone to believe that they were, done for. Oh, they're gonna start 1-3. This team is, this team's not what they used to be. Shit, they had me fooled. Tell you that right now. That Giants that game against the Giants didn't impress me. I'm like, okay, they're gonna be at Arrowhead at home against the Ravens. I don't care. I'm taking Lamar Jackson and the Ravens until Lamar Jackson did Lamar Jackson things, and the Ravens did Ravens things, and Harbaugh did Harbaugh things. And this team just continuously, I hate the fact that there are fans of this team that continuously say that they're the best team in football and that the only reason they lose is because of self-inflicted damages, which is the truth. But at the same time, it gets to a point. How many more times do you have to lose by self-inflicted, like, how many more times do you have to lose before we stop calling you the best team in football? Because at this point, it's getting frustrating to me, and I think it's getting frustrating to fans. I think it's getting frustrating to a lot of Baltimore fans that the best team in football beats themselves every single time they get into a big game. Week 1, they did it against the Bills. They beat themselves. Week 2, okay, cool. Who did they beat? The Browns. Who did they play week 3?
Lions. They beat themselves.
Okay, they beat themselves again. Week 4. By the way, week 4, again, the Chiefs had everybody fooled. You want to know why? The Ravens on the first drive of the game just went down the field.
They went down the field easily and scored.
And then what happened? The illusion that the Ravens are just came back to haunt them. They're the biggest illusion in the NFL nowadays. Because you don't know what team you're gonna get. Are you gonna get the Ravens that put up a lot of points and win the game? Or are you gonna get a team that's, like I said, an illusion, a team that you don't know what you're gonna get? What are you gonna get? Because at the end of the day, this is a team that loses by beating themselves. And yet again, against the Chiefs, they beat themselves. Now, obviously, Lamar Jackson did get hurt, which is going to be tough to overcome. This is already a 1-3 team And I don't want to hear those people talking about this defense has to turn around. Stop. It's not going to turn around. We're almost 5 weeks into the season, and that defense is not going to get much better. If it gets better, maybe it hits, maybe it's at bare minimum one of like a 22 ranked defense, maybe. But as of right now, you're sitting as the second worst defense in the league. You can't pressure nobody. You can't cover in the back end. And sure, Matabike has been hurt. You've had some other injuries in that secondary. And now Nate Wiggins probably done for the season. He fucking broke his arm. Marlon Humphreys is out. You're gonna have so many players out. This defense is gonna get worse. And you don't have Lamar Jackson. There's a very real possibility that this team does not make the postseason, depending on how long Lamar Jackson is out. So, for all you Ravens fans, it sucks. It really does. Because now you're probably not going to make the postseason, which is now going to get people in turn to saying, well, Harbaugh, you're gone. Derrick Henry, you're gone. A lot of these guys got to go. This team is aging. The Lamar Jackson and Harbaugh era is over. They're not making the Super Bowl. This team is not close to making the Super Bowl. Sure, they're a great offense and they can probably blow teams out, but they're just going to beat themselves. That's just that's the Ravens way. Just beat themselves. Derrick Henry has fumbled in almost every game this year. It's the Ravens way. And the Chiefs, well, they're back. Deontay?
This is a crazy stat. The Ravens are last in the NFL when it comes to running on first and second down. But they rank second in yards per carry on those downs. You have a top five running back in the NFL, and you run the less in the NFL, the least in the NFL on first and second downs. That's crazy. Because in my mind, when it comes to football, especially when it comes to an offense, you start by running off the ball on first and second downs to, open up the pass game. I mean, I was taught that when I used to play football. You see it all the time when you're watching football games. But for y'all to have a top 5 running back and that's blasphemous. That's crazy. I don't know what needs to really happen. I do think John Harbaugh. Yeah, I think it's done.
It's time.
It is time to find a new coach. I love for what he did for that organization. I mean, you did win a Super Bowl title, but when you only have one Super Bowl title, especially with the teams that you've had throughout the years, like
especially these last couple years,
these
last 3 years.
Not too long ago, you had a 13-3, 14-2 Ravens team, and you only made it to the divisional round. Like I said, you said the defense hasn't really been good. I mean, paper-wise, the defense looks so freaking good, but just injuries as well, just not really coming up to play. Cooper Rush,
podcaster, you got podcaster Marlon Humphreys, man. That boy don't give a damn.
Cooper Rush, you're going to be the starting quarterback now for the next few weeks. I mean,
oh boy,
your really only job is to not fuck up. I mean, you have a top offense. I mean, you got the best. You got a top 5 running back in football. You have all these weapons with like Zay Flowers, D Hop, Rashad Bateman, Isaiah Likely, and Mark Andrews. So, your best bet is to not fuck up. You have a lot of weapons, so it should be easy for you. I mean, again, you're 1-3 right now. This is the worst start that you've had in a hot minute. Now your star QB is hurt for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Do we say that they're in panic mode now?
Might be.
I mean, their next few games, you got the Texans. You got
Which,
the
oh
Rams.
man, their defense is for real. They boast the top 3 defense in the league, man. That defense is for
They have
real.
a terrible offense.
But hey, look, you want to know what the saving grace is? They're not going against a good defense.
Yeah.
The Ravens are gonna be 1-4 after this week. They're gonna be 1-4. The Texans are gonna beat them. Look, the Texans, obviously, their offensive line is garbage, but it's not like the Ravens can even generate pressure.
Mm-hmm.
They can't do shit. They can't cover on the back end. They can't do anything. Nate Wiggins is gone for the year. Marlon Humphreys might not play this week. Kyle Van Noy might not play. Depleted. And then their offense, Cooper Rush at quarterback against that defense. Nah, give me the Texans, man. Give me the Texans. They're gonna be 1-4. Who's the week after?
Rams.
1-5. 1-5.
And
It's
then
over.
have,
Nah, season's over. Season's over. You're not calling out that 1-5 start. I'm sorry. You're not. Who's after that?
the Bears.
Better hope you got Lamar Jackson for that one. Is that after the bye? Question. Is that after the bye? Bears?
I think. Let me go back and check. It might be. Yeah, actually,
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's speed run through some of these picks. For the NFL this upcoming week, and then yeah, we'll get up out of here. All right. Want to speed run through these picks? First, let's start off. Texans Ravens. I just gave my picks though. Texans.
I mean, like I said, I mean, you just hope Cooper Rush don't fuck up, but I mean, I don't really see it. Again, Texans have a top 3 defense in the NFL. They're legit. I see the Texans winning this game. Like I said, CJ Stroud has to show up. You have the receiving core. I don't know what happened to him, why he just disappeared like this, but you're going against a depleted Ravens offense. I see them coming out with the dub.
All right, next up. Battle of Mid. Giants and Saints.
Jackson Dart won his first start last week against the Chargers team, who I thought was probably going to be one of the top teams in football, especially with Justin Herbert, who I thought was going to be a dark horse for MVP. The Aints are going to be the Aints. I see the Giants coming out with this dub.
This is an interesting one. Broncos and Eagles.
I think it can be a close one. It really all depends on Bo Nix. Like this Broncos defense is scary. Patrick Surtain is probably going to end up being on AJ Brown. AJ Brown hasn't really been doing anything this whole entire season, but somehow, some way, I just feel like the Eagles just find a way to get a dub.
This to me is match of the day. Bucks, Seahawks.
I'm not really sold on Seattle.
Okay.
I'm not really sold on
Their
Seattle.
defense is really good.
Sam Darnold,
Sam,
I think
he's played good. He's played good, fairly good. I will give him. He's
it,
if you want to know his stats for the year, he's currently wow, what's his completion percentage? Hold on.
it's at 70%.
Yeah, 70. Okay, 70%, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 905 yards. I mean, he's having a decent season.
Uh, I gotta see. I mean, the Bucks defense is not. They're not bad.
No, they're okay,
Can I see it being a
but
shootout?
Bucky
Possible.
Irving's out.
Ooh. Okay, Rashawn White is. You're gonna have to come to play, but it's gonna be a close one. It could be a shootout. It really depends. But I see the Seahawks sneaking out with the win.
Okay.
And I think it's gonna end up being in it's in Seattle too. Yep, it is in Seattle.
Next up, Commanders, Chargers. Jaden Daniels is back this week. Now, Joe Alt and I forgot who the other lineman is, but they have 3 offensive linemen out this week. The Chargers do. Obviously, Rashawn Slater's obviously out for
Yeah,
the season, so technically 2. Who do you got here?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot give my pick for the other game. The Bucks. I have the Bucks.
Yeah. I think Mekhi Becton is questionable with a concussion. You said Joe Alt, so
Yeah, Joe Alt's ruled out.
Commanders still don't have Scary Terry. He's still going to be out.
Yep.
Justin Herbert, you played a bad game last week. I'm gonna let you slide because the Giants do have a great defense. That front seven is different. You're going up against a Commanders team who's still dealing with injuries, especially on defense. And the Falcons showed this past week that they can score up to 40 points against this Commanders defense. So I think Justin Herbert has a bounce back game. I see them winning.
I'm gonna go Chargers on this one. I think the Chargers, even though they're fighting through offensive line problems, I think they'll get the dub in this one. Next up, Patriots Bills.
Prime time Sunday night game. I'm definitely going to be excited about this one. I'm definitely going to lock in and watch this one. It's crazy. Drake May, I got to give it to Drake May. Especially that draft class last year was crazy. I do think Drake May is probably the second best quarterback in that draft class behind Jaden Daniels. I mean, this should be your breakout game, Drake May. I mean, really on prime time against arguably the best team in football with the best quarterback in football. I mean, you got to show up, show out, and, show the national media like what you're made of. I can potentially see the Patriots winning. The Patriots do have a great defense. They have a good defense. But I'm gonna go with the Bills. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think. What did the odds say? Like they were
Bills 8.5.
Ooh. Yeah, I think I might take the under on that. I think I might.
I would definitely take the under. Chris, well, maybe if you showed up to work, maybe you'd be on here. Just saying. But hey, I respect your decision, Deontay. I'm pretty sure a lot of people gonna pick the Bills to win this one. But man, like like I said earlier, I think the Patriots are just gonna have to show people, that they belong. And I think this is gonna be the perfect game, prime time, national television. I think it's gonna be the game where they can definitely show people that they belong with some of the best in this game, some of the best teams in this game. And I think they're gonna do it on Sunday night. I think they'll show that they do belong with against one of the best teams in the league in the Bills. I think they'll get it done. Um, I think they'll win probably by like 3 points. I think they'll win off a field goal. Um, but yeah, this team's gonna show that they belong, and I'm very excited to see how Drake May play. Drake May plays against you know just a really really elite level team like this one because Buffalo Bills are firing on all cylinders. Um, and I guess the next one I'll talk about, which is the last game of the of this whole slate that I do want to talk about. Fake OKC fit. Shut up. Nope. Nope. Um, the Chiefs and the Jaguars. This one's interesting just because both of these teams are coming off really, really emphatic wins. Both on different sides of the spectrum. Obviously, the Chiefs blew out the Ravens, and the Jaguars, were able to escape a game that I don't think a lot of people had them winning just because uh, the 49ers obviously had Brock Purdy back and stuff. So, um, but I think I'm gonna take the Chiefs. Um, I think the Chiefs are back until further notice. Uh, I don't think the Chiefs will lose until I know they face the Lions soon. I think that is probably when they'll take their next loss. Will be against the Lions, which they play next week actually on Sunday Night Football. At Arrowhead too. So but the Chiefs are going to Jacksonville this week. Yeah, I think the Chiefs are gonna win. Um, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is gonna play like that, like how he played last week again. I don't think so. I have no belief. Um, although this defense could cause problems for the Kansas City Chiefs, especially because Travis Kelsey hasn't played his best football yet. And sure, they just beat the brakes off the Ravens, but that's also a Ravens team that has really not a good defense. So I'm gonna be interested to see how they play a really good defense because the last couple of times that they have played good defenses, the Giants and the Chargers, um, hmm, hasn't been all that great for them. And who did they play before that? Let's see. Giants, Chargers, and Eagles. Um, yeah, no, they hadn't looked good against either three. So I'm excited to see how they. I'm kind of I'm gonna observe that game. I'm gonna see how they look against a really good defense like the Jaguars. So, but I still do have the Chiefs winning. Deontay, whatever.
Uh, I I do think this Jaguars defense is legit. I mean, especially the front seven, the linebacker core is crazy for Jaguars. The Chiefs don't have a running game at all, at all.
That
But
shit's non-existent.
honestly, yeah, it really didn't matter. I mean, they still beat the Ravens this past week.
Tyquan
Trevor
Thornton
Lawrence,
freaking played insane, and Xavier Worthy.
Trevor Lawrence, you got to show me some, sir, man. Like, this is a big time game. You're going against the 3-time defending champions. Like,
Well, not defending.
not defending, but
If they win this game,
I mean, 3-time defending AFC champions. My bad, but
okay.
going against
If they win this game, does it change your opinion on Trevor Lawrence?
no.
No. Okay.
No.
Even if he goes out there and balls out.
No. It still doesn't really change anything for me, especially what he's did the past few years. I still think he's overrated, but if they go to the playoffs and they actually like make some noise, get to the divisional or something like that, then maybe.
If they make it to the championship game, does that change your opinion on him? To the AFC Championship?
Maybe. Maybe. But
Okay.
I see the Jaguars winning this game.
Oh wow, okay.
I do hope this Jaguars defense can contain Mahomes. I mean, they have the pass rush to contain Mahomes. Again, that front seven is different. It's really all up to the secondary. Their secondary is okay. I mean, I still do think they need to make, a small few changes. BTJ, man. You've been non-existent all season. I know everybody's been talking about that sophomore slump, this and that and the third. But I need you to show out, man. This is a big time game, man. You've been non-existent all season. You're going against the Chiefs. You have to ball out. Travis Etienne, keep doing what you're doing, man. Because this Chiefs defense is not really that good. Keep doing what you're doing. Trevor Lawrence, you just got to show me something. But I see the Jaguars winning this game.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And they're at home, too. They're going to be
at
home.
home.
So.
Wow. I thought you were going to go with the Chiefs.
They had one
Patrick
game.
Patrick has struggled against really good defenses this year. That offensive line is not good.
They're terrible. They're not good.
And they can't run the ball, so it's literally him or bust to run the ball. You might be right. I'm gonna still pick the Chiefs just because I think I trust Patrick Mahomes a little bit more than I trust Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe if the Jaguars are gonna win this game, they gotta win it off defense, and they gotta win it off of a Travis Etienne. Sorry, Travis Etienne. They gotta win it off of those two key points. They have to. You gotta get to Mahomes. You gotta pressure him. I don't believe that Tyquan Thornton or Xavier Worthy will have the same effect that they had in last week's game.
No.
I don't believe that'll be the effect. I think Patrick Mahomes is definitely going to have a tougher time seeking, especially the middle of the field. I genuinely think that's going to be the tough one. And if you can't find that run game, which I don't expect the Chiefs to find that run game, I do believe that Isaiah Pacheco has lost a step. I think that injury has done a major disservice to him.
Yeah.
And Kareem Hunt is not, obviously what he used to be. I don't think this run game is going to find any rhythm anytime soon. I think when Rashee Rice comes back, I think that's when their offense will probably get unlocked. But until that time, I think they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle mightily against these. And Travis Kelce has regressed. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. And look, Travis Kelce should have retired after last year.
This should be his last season.
This should be 100%.
This should be his last season.
He does not look. He doesn't look. He looks like almost. Not almost. He looks most definitely like a shell of what he used to look.
It feels like he's just like mentally. It feels like he's just checked out on everything. Like it feels like he's not really worried about football. Well, I can tell he's not worried about football anymore. I mean,
no. He just wants us. He wants to end off on that Super Bowl, which I don't think is going to happen this year.
No.
Okay. I'm not gonna sit here and say that the Bills are going to the Super Bowl. No, I still think the Chiefs are gonna be in the Super Bowl. I still do. When that postseason hits,
somehow,
this dude Travis Kelce is gonna pull off some fuckery. I can already see it, bro. Travis Kelce plays like crap. Hey, tell me you can't see this, Deontay. Travis Kelce plays like garbage in the regular season. Postseason, he turns back into his regular self. I see it. Bro, this team just has some like fucking black magic.
And Mahomes just is Mahomes in the playoffs. Like
the Bills gonna have to show me. Hey, the Bills are gonna be the best team in the AFC this year. Fine, cool. You're probably gonna make the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs, but you're gonna have to show me. When they get to that game, you're gonna have the home field advantage. You know, you're gonna have to show me. Like, I'm not gonna say, hey, when it gets to that game by the end of the year, even if the Bills look like the favorable team to pick with, they just look like the best team, I'm still not gonna pick them. Unless Patrick Mahomes goes down with an injury, I don't care. I'm still like Travis Kelce could go down with an injury. Bro, I'm telling you right now, Rashee Rice doesn't have to come back for the rest of the season, and I would still pick them to make it to the Super Bowl over the Bills. As long as they have Patrick Mahomes, they will probably be in the Super Bowl for the foreseeable future.
Honestly, I don't know if I'm sold on the Buffalo's Bills, the Bills coach.
Yeah, McDermott. This is okay. So this is another one, right? And we said this about John Harbaugh, right? John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Which one's the one that coaches for the Ravens? John.
Yeah, John.
If the Bills don't get it done this year, and I'm talking win the Super Bowl, because they got to win. If you don't win the Super Bowl, I believe, like, let's say you make it and you lose. Even if you make it and you lose, I do believe you fire Sean McDermott. Just like how I believe John Harbaugh. Do you feel that? Do you feel that same sentiment that they should fire Sean McDermott if they don't make the Super Bowl? I mean, if they don't win the Super Bowl?
No, only because
what if they get eliminated again in the AFC Championship game?
Then yes, I do think you do question that, and I do think he ends up being in the hot seat. But I don't think you fire him. If you make it to the Super Bowl, mind you, this is the first time you've been to the Super Bowl since the '90s. I think you build off that. I mean, the Bills don't have the best roster, but somehow, some way, they're undefeated. You have the best QB in football.
And James Cook is ascending himself to a top 5 running back in the league.
Yes, he is. That defense is still not. Again, that defense is not.
Don't they have some pieces to get back to?
Yes.
Through injury. Yeah.
But
is Matt Milano playing or is he hurt?
I don't know if he's still hurt. He might still be hurt. But they still have the worst run defense in football.
Yeah.
Worst run defense in football. So, I'm gonna go back to that Bills and Patriots game. I mean, with Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson, you should be able to run the ball on that Bills defense.
So they still obviously okay. So hold on. So I just looked at their injury report. So, Matt Milano, Ed Oliver, T.J. Sanders, these guys are, they're hurt right now. I'm not sure if they're gonna play. But yeah, I mean, they're still waiting on some people to come back. So, maybe their defense does get better. Obviously, Matt Milano is a big piece of that linebacking core, and Ed Oliver is a really good pass rusher too. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't know how much their run defense will be fixed. But they can't stop the run. But I don't think that matters that much, just because their offense is so potent. And I think because their offense is so potent, and I said this last year. If the Lions didn't lose 7 defensive starters, I do believe because that Lions offense was so potent, I do believe they could have made the Super Bowl and maybe had won it. The fact that they did lose 7 defensive starters is, pretty insane. And you obviously lost your best pass rusher. I do believe because Josh Allen is the best quarterback in football. And this year, I think the biggest thing this year that they're gonna have that they haven't had in the last several years is one of the best rushing attacks in football. Not James Conner, James Cook is turning into one of the premier running backs in the league, and I think that fits very well for the type of football that they can play come postseason. Because a lot of the times it's been Josh Allen playing superhero ball,
Yeah.
and we saw a little bit last year that he kind of took a backseat to it. But this year he can take more of a backseat because he can give the rock to James Cook, which I think can favor them in a matchup like the Chiefs, where you keep Mahomes off the field more, and especially in those later possessions down in the fourth quarter, I think you can control the clock, and I think this could favor you in a way that potentially you could win and make the Super Bowl. And I think that's one thing that's going to favor them. And I don't know, like having a bad run defense, especially when you're going to go against a team like the Chiefs, who don't even have a really good rushing attack. Um, and then what you're gonna maybe the best team you're probably gonna face that has that has a really good rushing attack is the Colts or the Jags. So you're gonna play the Colts or the Jags, and you're gonna play. Cause actually, I don't know. Maybe not the Colts or the Jags, because I don't know. It depends who ends up as that fourth seed. But you're not really gonna play that many good run teams in the AFC. There's not really that many.
I still think the AFC is really weak. But besides, again, the Bills and the Chiefs, who just,
Well, the Ravens were one of those teams, but now that seems like the ship has sailed now. But yeah, the Chiefs and the Bills are primed again to face in the AFC Championship game. I mean, I guess we'll see. Unless they face each other in the divisional round, which could very well be possible.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, it could be very well be possible that we do see a Chargers team as a second seed. And then the Chiefs, obviously, because they're in the same division, Chiefs might be a fifth seed.
Which I think they're gonna want that, though. They're gonna want that. They're gonna want that because people are just gonna doubt them. But me.
And then they play. If that's the case, if they beat whoever that fourth seed is, they're gonna play the Bills in the divisional round
in Buffalo too.
In Buffalo, what do you think is a more advantage for Buffalo? Them playing the Chiefs in the divisional, so you play them early, or the Bills playing them in the championship?
Ooh, your best bet is to go ahead and get them early.
Get the Chiefs early?
In my opinion, because I feel like if it comes down to them in Kansas City in the AFC Championship game, one you're going against Mahomes in the AFC Championship. That's a different type of man. I think he's only lost twice in the AFC Championship. One against Cincinnati and against Brady. So that's going to be a lot to handle. I think you go ahead and get them early. And especially if the Bills being the Bills, if they're on that, if they're, already hot and on a run going into the playoffs, and you face Kansas City in the divisional round, it's going to be a tough game, but if you get them early, I think they can get the job done. If they face Kansas City in the AFC Championship, I think they lose that game.
Yeah. It could very well be that we see a Buffalo Bills team 15-2 or 16-1 Bills team this year.
Yep.
They're gonna cruise through the regular season. They're gonna cruise. So their schedule's easy,
Their
like-
schedule's easy.
really easy.
Their division is terrible. Besides New England, who I think New England can probably go 1-1 against them.
Yep.
But you got Miami, you got the Jets. Nobody's really.
They're gonna
worried
sweep
about
those teams.
it.
And then if you look at their schedule, which is a very, very favorable one, let's just take a look at their schedule really quick. They're gonna face. So they played the NFC South, by the way, which is a very weak division,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest. They're gonna face the Falcons. They're gonna face the Panthers. They're gonna thrash the Panthers. They're gonna face the Chiefs. I think they'll beat the Chiefs though in the regular season at home.
They
The
do.
Bills are at home. They'll beat them. They're gonna play the Dolphins. That's easy. The Bucks one is gonna be a tough game. That's a tough one. It's in Buffalo, but they're gonna face the Texans. They'll beat the Texans. They're gonna face the Steelers. They'll beat the Steelers. They're gonna face the Bengals. That's an easy one. Then they're gonna face the Patriots away at Foxborough. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I think the Patriots will play them really tough.
If the Patriots don't win in Buffalo, the Patriots win in Foxborough.
Yeah. They're gonna split the series. They're gonna face the Browns. They're gonna beat them, and then their last two games are against. You're gonna get a primetime matchup. Not primetime. Sorry, this is a 4:25 one. You're gonna get a big time matchup against the Eagles, but the Bills will be at home, and then to end off the season, you're gonna get the Jets, which you should. By that point, even if you lose that game, whatever. You'll have the first seed. You'll probably have the first seed clinched by that point. So,
I see this team going 15-2.
yeah, realistically, I think this team is going to go 15-2. I do. At worst 14-3. At worst. But this is the team they're going to run through the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
They are. They're going to run through it. They got a very favorable schedule. They play the NFC South and they play the AFC East. Two divisions that aren't even. They're not hard. They are not hard divisions. So we'll see. Interesting college. Oh my God. Interesting college week this week and interesting NFL week. So we'll see how those go. But that's basically it. Covered everything we needed to cover. Anything you want to say, Deontay?
You know what I'm saying? Not much, man. You know what I'm saying? Go Dogs, go Falcons. You know what I'm saying? I have high hopes. Hopefully, we do something. But thank y'all for letting me, be on here. You know what I'm saying? Get to put my football knowledge out there.
Oh man, you've been, we had been. I had been wanting for you to come on, for a minute. So.
Hey, I appreciate y'all, with the hospitality and letting me be here. It was fun.
Oh man, no problem, man. Tomorrow I will be watching a lot of college football, but in the meantime, I will be watching the Yankees beat the Toronto Blue Jays. Cam Schlittler last night, a rookie pitcher, came through and got them bum ass Red Sox up out of here. Finally.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
We still good. But yeah, that's basically the episode. This is episode 7. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you were with us for the whole time, thank you. If you were even with us for 1 minute, 30 seconds, whatever, thank you so much. It means a lot. This was a lot of fun. This was usually this one was a little bit longer than what we usually do. We usually hover around the hour and a half mark, whatever. But this one was longer. Lot of stuff to talk about. Spot, are you there?
Yep.
Um, but yeah, thank you guys for tuning in and Spot, take it away.
All right, appreciate y'all for 2 hours, 34 minutes, and 52 seconds. Appreciate you still watching. You know, for a little bit. Catch us Sunday for BTBC. Not quite sure what the subject is yet, but we'll get that to y'all probably tomorrow. Join the Discord if you haven't. Watch over Speed of the Wednesday, and then we're back here for Around the Clock episode 8 next Friday. But yeah, y'all be safe. Enjoy the weekend of football.